Hello everyone, welcome to Apu's vlogs. So today it's not a fun video, it's like an educational video. So I'm going to take a class regarding the arterial blood gas, and I'm going to do this vlog in English so that people all around the world can follow what I'm saying, and the nursing students all around the world can understand what I'm saying. So it'll be in English. So I'm going to do the arterial blood gas, that's the ABG. ABG. So today I think my video will be useful for all the nursing students around the world who is doing their masters in nursing. Also the budding post-grad nurses, the grad nurses, the ICU and the emergency nurses. So I'm going to make the ABG very simple for you guys. So let's get started. For those who don't know me, my name is Aparna. I've been working as an emergency nurse in Melbourne, in a public hospital in Melbourne for the last 7 years, and I've been in working in Australia as a nurse for like 12 years. 3 years I've done rural and remote emergency nursing in Queensland, and I'm working as a emergency nurse in a public hospital in Melbourne. I'm doing my masters in emergency nursing, doing my second sem of postgrad. So I would like to make this ABG very simple for all the nursing students. And so it was very scary for me in the beginning, the arterial blood gas. And then later I found out that this is a very simple thing which everyone can do it, and it's very simple way. So I am going to give you like a 10 scenarios, or we can call it like a problems, and by solving this 10 problems, you guys are going to be an experts in ABGs. So there are different ways like tic-tac-toes and things like that to interpret ABGs. So as a critical care nurses, like emergency nurses or ICU nurses, I don't think like if when the patient is really in a critical situation and you don't have your time there, you just can't draw tic-tac-toe and say that, oh, I got a gas in my hand, oh, what I'm going to do now, it's I just need to interpret this, so I'm just going to draw a tic-tac-toe and do this interpretation. So that's not possible. So I'm just going to tell you guys like how quickly you can actually interpret an ABG. So once the ICU nurses or the emergency nurses, once you get a gas in your hand, you can interpret it like very quickly. So in order to interpret ABG, so you need to know the normal values of ABG, which is really important one. So if you need to interpret an ABG very quickly, you need to know this by heart. So certain things you have to by heart it. You have to by heart it. You just have to close your eyes, and then you have to by heart it in your mind. So any sleep with anybody just wake you up and ask you what's the normal value, what's the normal pH, 7.35, the bicarb is 22 to 26, and what else is there, the PaCO2, the CO2 is 35 to 45. So you need to know that. So when I was in grade 9, my maths teacher told me like the equation, which was it like a plus b the whole square. So any sleep with someone you wake you up and ask you what is a plus b the whole square, it's a square plus 2ab plus b square. You need to know that. Since she told me that, like I just know that equation, which is I don't know anything else in maths. I'm like below average student, but I know that equation because she told me that you need to by heart that. That's like why is the ABG normal values, you need to by heart it. So once you get the gas in your hand, you can quickly interpret it if you know the normal values. So once in as a critical care nurses, emergency nurses and ICU nurses, so you know where your patient is in a critical situation, you can't just get a gas in your hand and then you can't just draw like a tic-tac-toe, or let me see, I'm just going to draw a tic-tac-toe to interpret this gas. You just can't waste your time. So you just take 5 minutes to by heart this. So the pH is 7.35 to 7.45, the PaO2 is 80 to 100, SaO2 is 95 to 100, and PaCO2, the CO2 level is 35 to 45. It's not that difficult to by heart this. And HCO3 is 22 to 26, base X is minus 2 to plus 2, anion gap should be less than 18. The more negative the base axis, it's acidic, and the more it's plus, it's base. So then anion gap should be less than 18, And so the more it comes, it goes acidic. So you have to see the normal pH of the blood. So the pH is 7.35 to 7.45. If it goes above 7.45, the pH of the blood is going to be alkalotic, and if it's going below 7.35, it's going to be acidotic. So PaCO2 should be 80 to 100. So anything which goes less, the patient should be hypoxemic. And if it's more, you can actually put the oxygen, the FiO2 down, like SaO2 is 95, it should be like 95 to 100. Anything below goes, the patient is a hypoxemic. PaCO2, that is the carbon dioxide level. So if it goes above 45, the pH of the blood is going acidotic, and if it's below 35, it's going alkalotic. So HCO3 the same way, that is the bicarb. That is, if it is going below 22, it's going acidotic, and if it's going 26, it's going alkalotic. So the bicarb is the the renal system. And in pH, what are we, the two systems in related to ABG is the renal system and the respiratory system. And the base excess, it should be -2 to +2. Anion gap should be less than 18. If it's the anion gap, the more minus, it's more acidotic, and more plus, it's basic. And the pH should be less than the anion gap should be less than 18. If it's more than 18, it's more acidotic. So that's how the ABG normal values, and you just have to by heart this, so you can actually quickly interpret the ECG. You 10 scenarios or you can call that problems. By solving those 10 problems, you are going to be amazing in interpreting ABGs, and you're going to be really thorough in interpreting ABG. Within seconds, you get a gas in your hand. So once we have already talked about the normal values, and next we are talking about the compensations. The compensations is, everyone is like scared about compensations. There is partial compensation, there's uncompensated, and there's fully compensated. It's all confused. What is this? This is nothing. So in the pH, in the ABG, you are dealing with the respiratory system and the renal system. So the respiratory system and the renal system is trying to help each other. That is called the compensation. If both of them is not helping anybody to normalize the pH of the blood, it's called uncompensated. And if both of them are helping together to normalize the pH of the blood, it's called fully compensated. If one team is helping, if the respiratory system is helping and the renal system is not helping, that's called the partial compensation. So the respiratory system is helping the renal system to normalize the pH of the blood. That's called the compensation. Sometimes the renal system is helping the respiratory system to normalize the pH of the blood. This helping each other is called the compensation. So very simple for you guys. The helping each other is the compensation. We can just discuss this scenario. So I can tell you, there's a patient who's come to emergency with a COPD, who's tachypneic, tachycardic, he's got increased work of breathing, he's panicking, he's tripoding, he's in a bit of respiratory distress. So let's see, we did the VBG, we did the ABG, like we did a gas and then ABG and just got the gas. So pH is 7.31, PaCO2 68, HCO3 is 28, and PaO2 72. So in this, the pH is 7.31. What's the normal value for pH? It is 7.35 to 7.45. This is below 7.35, so it is 31. So that this is acidotic. The PaCO2 68. What's the normal value for PaCO2? The PaCO2 is 35 to 45. It has come above 45. That's the acidotic. So the CO2 is 68, acidotic. HCO3, what's the normal value? It's 22 to 26. So it has come 28. It's a bit alkalotic. PaO2 72, it should be between 80 to 100, a little bit hypoxic. So what you have to say is, the interpretation of this VBG is respiratory acidosis with partial compensation. So what is this in this? The respiratory system is struggling. So what have the renal system? The bicarb is the renal system. So the bicarb or the renal system has tried to make it a bit more alkalotic by helping to normalize the pH of the blood, to help the blood. So this one is the respiratory acidosis. So the respiratory system is struggling, so the renal system is trying to help the respiratory system, which is going alkalotic. So this is called respiratory acidosis with partial compensated respiratory acidosis is the hypoxemic as well. So partial compensated respiratory acidosis is the answer for this. Partial compensated respiratory acidosis. Patient is hypoxemic. So that's the answer for this. So hope you all understood. So this is the norm pH is 7. So hope you guys understood this. Let's discuss once more. Scenario, the pH is 7.31, PaCO2 is 68, HCO3 is 28, PaO2 is 72. Now what's the normal value for pH of the blood? It is 7.35 to 7.45. So this has come below 7.31. So 35. So it is acidotic. PaCO2, it's between 35 to 45. So this has come 68, which is above 45, that is acidotic. HCO3 is 22 to 26 is the normal value, but this has come 28, it's a bit above, so it is alkalotic. PaO2 is 72, patient is hypoxemic, it should be between 80 to 100. So what is the answer for this this scenario, this problem? What's the answer for this? So you can see this the respiratory system, it's in trouble here. So this is the one which is struggling. It's and the renal system is this is respiratory acidosis. So you have to come, you have seen it's respiratory acidosis, and the renal system, it's trying to make it a bit more alkalotic. It's gone alkalosis. So the renal system has tried to help the respiratory system here. So what is this answer for this one? So it's partial compensation, because the renal system has tried to help the respiratory system to maintain the normal pH of the blood. So this is called partial compensated respiratory acidosis and hypoxemic a little bit. So it's 72, it should be between 80 to 100, 72. So that's the answer for this scenario. So let's take the next scenario. So the next scenario is you have got a patient into emergency who's come with vomiting since like this morning, and then he's in altered conscious state. His GCS is fluctuating, he's got small breathing, his like his respiratory rate is high, he's dehydrated, his dry mucous membrane, and then he's showing so much like distress and everything. So, and you have quickly come, you put a cannula in, and then what you have done, you have done a quickly in ABG, so like a VBG. So the gas has come like this. The pH is 7.1, PaCO2 is 22, HCO3 is 30, PaO2 is 92. So what is the interpretation of this ABG? So like VBG or ABG, whatever. So this is the pH is 7.11. So what's the normal value for pH? 7.35 to 7.45. So this has come below 7.35. So this is acidotic. And PaO2 is 22 to mm of Hg. What's the normal value? It's 35 to 45. So this has come below 35. So it is alkalotic. HCO3, which is the normal value, 22 to 26. So it's come below 22, is acidotic. And PaO2 is 92 mm of Hg. It's like pretty much a bit normal. So in this scenario, it is metabolic acidosis. Partial compensated metabolic acidosis is the answer. So in this system, you see, in this system, the renal system is struggling, is the one who is struggling, and the respiratory system is trying to help the renal system by making it alkalotic to maintain the pH of the blood. So the pH of the blood is acidotic. The respiratory system is helping the renal system in this case. They have tried to help. So there is compensation. So the answer for this question is metabolic as partial compensated metabolic acidosis. That's the answer for this scenario. Hope you all understood. Next, let's see the third scenario. So you got a patient into emergency who's come with a like a fall and who's having like a weakness on one side, who's complaining tingling and numbness and all those things, and then you have come into a cubicle and you have done a VBG like like VBG. So this one, it's a pH is 7.68, the PaCO2 is 33, the HCO3 is 24, and PaO2 is 100. So in this you can see the pH is 7 point, what's the normal value for pH is 7.35 to 7.45. It's come above 7.45, it's alkalotic. PaCO2 is 35 to 45, so it has come a bit below 35, so this is alkalotic. HCO3 is 22 to 26, it's normal. PaO2 is 100 and it's normal. So this one is a respiratory alkalosis and with no compensation. See, here the renal system has not tried to help the respiratory system to maintain the pH of the blood. So the renal system has said that, like, I'm not going to help you, you do whatever you want to do. So it has not helped, there's no compensated, there's no hypoxemic, it's not hypoxic. So so the answer for this question is uncompensated respiratory alkalosis. So that's the answer for this scenario. Hope you all. Now let's go for the fourth scenario. So in this, you have got a 72-year-old lady into emergency who had like diarrhea and vomiting since morning, who's dehydrated and who's lethargic. She's got pains everywhere, back pain and everything, and we have done a VBG for this lady here. So then the pH is 7.56, PaO2 is 42, HCO3 is 36, and PaO2 is 85. So pH is, what's the normal value for pH is 7.35 to 7.45. So this has come a little bit above 45, it's alkalotic. So PaO2 is 42 to 40, what is the normal value? It's 35 to 45. So PaO2 is normal. The respiratory system is normal. HCO3. So HCO3, what is the normal value? So it's 22 to 26. So it has come a bit about 26, so it's alkalosis. So if this is in this, the see, the respiratory system is normal. So the respiratory system is normal here. So the respiratory system is not help the renal system to maintain the pH of the blood. See, the respiratory system has said, I'm not going to help you, you do whatever you want to do. And PaO2 85, it's pretty much normal. So this is uncompensated metabolic alkalosis is the answer for this scenario. So it is uncompensated because the respiratory system has not helped the renal system to normalize the pH of the blood. So this is uncompensated metabolic alkalosis is the answer for this. In the next scenario, this is the fifth scenario. So you have done a VBG, like ABG, on a patient who was on NIV for a couple of hours. So it's been like a couple of hours, so you're going to repeat the gas. So you've done a gas and you've got the pH of 7.10, PaCO2 was 88, HCO3 of 23, and PaO2 of 62 mmol of Hg. So how would you interpret this VBG? So this ABG. So the pH is 7.10. So what is the normal value for pH? So pH is 7.35 to 7.45. So this has come below 7.35, that is 7.10. This is acidotic. So PaCO2, what's the normal value? It's 35 to 45. So this has come above 45, is acidotic. So this is respiratory acidosis. And the bicarbonate, see, the bicarb is what? 23. That is what is the normal value for bicarb? Is 22 to 26. So this has come within the normal limits. And PaO2 is 62. This is hypoxemic. So the patient is in here. The answer is uncompensated respiratory hypoxia, uncompensated respiratory acidosis. Uncompensated respiratory acidosis. The patient is also hypoxemic. So uncompensated respiratory acidosis with hypoxemia. Hypoxemia is the answer for this scenario. See, in this, the renal system, this has not helped the respiratory system to maintain the normal pH of the blood. So in this, renal system has said, I'm not going to help you, so you do whatever you want to do, I'm not going to help you. So it's uncompensated, they have not helped each other. So it's uncompensated respiratory acidosis, and you can see clearly hypoxemia. That's the answer for this scenario. Hope you all understood. So we can see the next scenario, that is the fifth case. So in this, you got a child who is dehydrated, who's got sunken fontanelles, who's got very lethargic, has come to emergency. So you have done a BBG for this, ABG for this child. So you got the pH of 7.37, you got a PA2 of 27, HCO3 of 18, and PaO2 is 94. So the pH, what is the normal value? 7.35 to 7.45. So if this has come in between that, so it's 7 point, it's normal. So the pH is normal, but the PaCO2, see, it's between, it's 27, it's alkalotic, and HCO3, see, it's between 22 to 26. So this has come acidotic. And you see, and the PaO2 is 94, pretty much normal. So in this, you see the pH is normal, and the both the values, the PaCO2 and HCO3, are not, the values are it's not normal. So the PaO2 and HCO3 are not normal. So in this case, it is metabolic acidosis. Fully compensated metabolic acidosis is the answer, because the pH is normal, but the PaCO2 and HCO3 are not normal. So they both have helped each other. The respiratory system and the renal system in here has helped each other to maintain the normal pH of the blood. So the answer for this here is fully compensated. See, because the pH is normal, fully compensated metabolic acidosis is the answer for this case. So fully compensated metabolic acidosis is the answer for this scenario. So let's get started. This is the sixth scenario. So you've got a patient into emergency who's come with a bit distress, and then you have taken that patient to a cubicle. I've done an ABG for this patient. So so how to interpret this scenario? So this gas. So the pH is 7.35, 7.36, PaCO2 is 26, HCO3 is 19, PaO2 is 95 mm of Hg. So pH, what is the normal value? pH 7.35 to 7.45. So this is 7.36. It's normal. PaCO2 is what's 35 to 45. So this has come a bit below 35. It's alkalotic. HCO3, what is the 22 to 26? So this has come a bit below 22. So this is acidotic. So in here you can see the PaO2 and HCO3 is abnormal. pH is normal, 7.36. So what in this case, the renal system and the respiratory system has helped each other to normalize the pH of the blood. So they both have compensated, each, like both of them has compensated to normalize the pH of the blood. So in this case, and there is no hypoxemia, this or PaO2 is normal. So this is fully compensated. The answer for this scenario, this gas is fully compensated. So both of them are abnormal and have normalized the pH of the blood. So fully compensated. Fully compensated metabolic acidosis. So metabolic acidosis, fully compensated metabolic acidosis is the answer for this question. So let's go to the eighth question. So in this, let's interpret this BBG. So you got a patient and you have taken to the cubicle, and then you have done a gas. So pH is 7.56, PaO2 is 20, PaO2 is 20, HCO3 is 24, and PaO2 is 99 mm of Hg. So the normal of the pH is 7.35 to 7.45. So this has come beyond 45, it's alkalotic. PaO2 is 35 to 45. It's come below 35. So this has gone alkalotic. HCO3 is gone 22 to 26. This is normal. So HCO3 is normal, PO2 is normal. So this is respiratory as alkalosis, uncompensated. Uncompensated respiratory alkalosis. See, in this, the bicarb is the renal system. The bicarb has not helped the respiratory system to normalize the pH of the blood. So that's the answer for this question. This is uncompensated respiratory alkalosis. And the PaO2 normal, you know. So no hypoxemia. Uncompensated respiratory alkalosis is the answer for this. So let's go to the next ninth scenario. So you've got a patient to the emergency, and then you have taken to the cubicle, you've done a gas. So this has come like pH is 7.36, PaO2 is 75, HCO3 is 37, PaO2 is 68. What is the normal value of pH of the blood? 7.35 to 7.45. So this has come to 7.36. That's pretty much normal. PaO2 is 75. 35 to 45 has come beyond 45, so it's acidosis. HCO3 is 22 to 26, so it's come beyond 26. So it's come beyond 26. So what is it? So this is alkalotic, and PaO2 68 hypoxemic. So here you can see both the PaO2 and HCO3 is abnormal values, then the pH is normal. So they both have helped each other. They both have compensated to normalize the pH of the blood. So here, and this is hypoxemic as well. So here the answer is fully compensated. Why? Because both of them has helped each other, compensated to normalize the pH of the blood. Fully compensated respiratory acidosis is with hypoxemia, plus hypoxemia is the answer for this case. The next one is the very simple one, and it's the 10th one. So you can say you have got a patient who's come with like high blood sugar, and then who's excessive thirsty, and who's got small breathing and everything. We have done a gas and who got pH of 7, and HCO3 is 4, PaO2 is 35, PaCO2 is 35, PaO2 is 85. So pH of blood is 7.35 to 7.45. This is 7 is acidosis. HCO3 is 22 to 26. This has come below 22. So this has come acidotic. So, and PaO2 is 35 to 40, it's normal, and PaO2 is 85, it's normal. So in here you can say it's a metabolic acidosis, uncompensated, and pretty much normal O2. So uncompensated respiratory uncompensated metabolic acidosis is the answer for this gas. See the metabolic, so the renal system. So the respiratory system has not helped the renal system to normalize the pH of the blood. So the uncompensated metabolic acidosis is the answer for this. Uncompensated metabolic acidosis is the answer for this case. So by doing these 10 questions, I hope you guys have become experts in interpreting ABGs. And then it's been like 10-11 o'clock tonight, and then I have to stop doing this video, and I will be coming with more fun videos. If you do like my videos, please like, share and subscribe, and also press the bell icon, and I'll be coming with more fun videos. This is a bit serious part of me, but I will be coming with more fun videos as well, and more educational videos. Please do like, share and subscribe and comment if you like my educational videos. And I hope I have made ABG pretty much very simple for you guys. It's pretty much, you now have to normalize the normal values, and then it's pretty much easy for you to interpret ABG. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Stay blessed and bye bye.